Welcome to YouTestMe Get Certified. In this tutorial we will explain how to create Proctored test and monitor that test. Currently we are located at the login page of application. I will log in as an instructor. Once we enter the application, we are automatically navigated to the home page, where I will begin with creating a test by clicking on Create Test. In the following window, I am required to give a name to the test. In this step, I can adjust settings for the whole test. To successfully add Proctor option to the test, I will check the box next to the Proctoring mode option and click on Next. This step allows you to create a certificate for the test, which is optional. In this case, I will create the test without certificate by clicking on the Next button. In this step, it is mandatory to choose one of the options to add questions to the test. In this example, I will select the first option and I will choose Import from Pools in order to add questions automatically from the selected pool. After selecting the pool, I will add questions by clicking on the arrow. After I finish with adding questions, I will simply close the window. After successfully adding the question, I will click on the Next button. This window allows us to set the passing mark and also to choose different type of grading scales. This window allows us to have a preview of the test. In the last step, I will choose Finish Wizard option in order to complete the test creating process. After test creation process is finished, we need to create a testing session. I will do so by clicking on the Test Session tab, and I will show you how you can add session and users at the same time by using predefined Excel sheet. In this way, you can successfully create a session and upload users. In order for tests to be available for students, we need to click Publish it, and I will do so by clicking on Publish Test button in the top right corner. Once the test is published, no additional changes can be made on the test. After the test is published, you can assign multiple proctors to the test by clicking on arrows and choosing Proctor option. Then you need to select the session to which you want to assign proctor and click Assign Proctors. After you have selected the candidate, click on Confirm, and the candidate will appear in list of proctors. Inside Monitoring tab, you have an option to monitor multiple users, and you can do so by clicking on the camera next to one of the candidates. In the top left corner, you click on Proctoring, and in the bottom right corner you have a Supervision option that allows one proctor to monitor up to 25 students. In order to monitor multiple students, it's necessary to select them, and you can do so by holding Ctrl and clicking on the candidates that you want to monitor. And they will appear in the middle of your screen. If you want to interact with one of the candidates, you can do so by clicking on the candidate and activating your camera and microphone. Hello. During the test, by clicking on the Finish button, you can give a positive or negative mark to the selected student. Based on this mark, the test will be considered valid or invalid. In the comment section, you can give the explanation to the student for the given mark. In top right corner, inside Chat option, you have a Chat tab that you can use to communicate with the student. You have Face Recognition tab, Statistic tab, where I store all the pictures that Proctor may find suspicious, and also Participation tab, where you can see all the participants in the test. Inside Monitoring tab, after the test is finished, you can see the recording of the test taking session by clicking on the camera next to the candidate. In this window, you can adjust speed. You can rate the test session and leave a comment. After you finish, you need to click on check mark sign. By clicking on the PDF, you can have a preview of entire proctoring report that you can also download by clicking on this button. I hope you enjoyed this video on how to create and monitor Proctored test. Thank you for watching.